Here we go, y'all. This baby was not going to sleep. A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working. Lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just life. You know what I'm saying?
The drama in the Harris family is unfolding in full force. King's son is grabbing attention for all the wrong reasons after a DNA test revealed he is not the father of Big Nana's baby, and the reactions are nothing short of explosive. From extravagant baby showers to costly photo shoots, this whole ordeal has everyone talking, but not in a positive light. King's response to the news? Well, it's pure chaos, and his father T.I. is not holding back either. Let's rewind to the start. King thought he had entered fatherhood when he and his girlfriend Janija Nana Epps welcomed their son, King Jr., on November 5th. It was all smiles and joy at first, with family and friends coming together for a big baby shower to celebrate. Even T.I., King's dad, had mixed feelings about the situation. I was happy for his son, but couldn't help being concerned about King's age and the drama that might come with dating Nana, who's older than him. The situation quickly took a turn. Word is, T.I. wasn't fully convinced of Nana's intentions. He suspected she might be after fame and money, rather than genuinely connecting with King. So, in true detective fashion, T.I. secretly arranged a DNA test. The result? King Harris isn't the father of baby King Jr. Instead of celebrating, the family is now caught up in this wild mess. What began as a joyful occasion quickly spiraled into chaos, triggering discussions about young parenthood, complicated relationships, and family dynamics. T.I. is especially upset because they went all in on this celebration, from a professional photo shoot to a lavish baby shower. Turns out Nana wasn't even sure who the father was. After getting the DNA results, it was clear the baby isn't King's. People had plenty to say, with some suggesting King should have gotten a DNA test earlier. Others pointed out that King doesn't have money, but his parents do, implying Nana was just after cash. T.I. spent thousands on everything, from caterers to decorations, thinking he was celebrating the arrival of his grandchild. Now it's all looking like a major misunderstanding. Word on the street is Nana's been playing a long game, while King's been clueless. The situation hit him hard, both emotionally and financially, leaving him broke after the lavish spending. Nana, who's older and seemingly more experienced, had announced she was carrying King's baby, sending the internet into a frenzy. Everyone raised eyebrows at their relationship, especially since King has trouble staying out of trouble. Meanwhile, Nana showed off her baby bump on social media as if it were a luxury item. The internet was buzzing trying to figure out who the father was, until T.I. confirmed in an interview that King was about to be a father. However, his excitement as a potential grandpa didn't quite shine through. T.I. even joked about raising the baby to terrorize King, the way King had done to him. But things only got messier after the baby was born. I started doubting Nana's true intentions, suspecting she was more interested in the Harris family fortune than in King himself. That's when T.I.'s instincts kicked in. He secretly arranged another DNA test, and guess what? The baby wasn't King. Nana had convinced King he was the father, but the truth was different. Meanwhile, King was dealing with his own mess. Remember that fight at the Falcons game last year? His family mocked him for trying to act tough, even though he's lived a privileged life. King clapped back, insisting he'd always been true to himself. But everyone knew he wasn't really about that life. Then, the drama reached new heights when King accused him of fabricating street credibility to boost his rap career. How could he claim to be from the streets when his dad is a millionaire and he grew up in a mansion? Let's not forget the messy family history either. Ty and Tiny were so focused on presenting themselves as the perfect couple and relationship goals that their kids were often left to be raised by relatives. As a result, it's no surprise that King is acting out in so many ways. He's dealing with daddy issues, baby mama drama, and now he's trying to sell the image of being a struggling artist. But that's not even the worst of it. On October 14th, 2024, King found himself in trouble yet again. The incident started at a gas station in Dunwoody, Georgia. when King, driving his shiny BMW, almost collided with a police cruiser while pulling out of a parking space. That small mishap quickly escalated into something much bigger. When the officers pulled King over, things took a turn for the worse. The officer immediately noticed the strong smell of marijuana coming from the car, always a red flag, and then saw a gun clearly visible on King's hip. Not the best look, to say the least. But if you thought that was the end of it, it wasn't. A background check revealed an outstanding warrant for King from Pickens County for failing to appear in court. The warrant stemmed from an incident back in August 2022, when King was charged with speeding, driving with a suspended license, and operating under the influence of drugs. This wasn't his first run-in with the law, and the timing couldn't have been worse, especially given the drama surrounding his personal life. The officer did report that King remained calm and cooperative throughout the entire situation, but the complications only added fuel to the fire. They safely removed the firearm, conducted a pat-down, and took King into custody before transporting him to DeKalb County Jail. But hold up, there's more to this story. King wasn't alone in the car. 2 other passengers were also cited for marijuana possession, after officers reportedly found small bags of weed during a search of the vehicle. While the other 2 weren't arrested, the mood was already ruined for everyone involved. Once King was booked into DeKalb County, he was quickly transferred to Pickens County, where his bench warrant was recalled. At least there was a silver lining there. But let's not forget, this all happened just months after King had celebrated becoming a father at a star-studded baby shower hosted by none other than T.I. and Tiny. A real roller coaster of highs and lows, fans are buzzing about King's chaotic journey. On one hand, he's embracing fatherhood, creating cute family moments, and representing his famous lineage. On the other hand, he's constantly making headlines for legal issues. People are divided. Some are urging him to get it together, while others argue he's just a young man trying to navigate life under the intense glare of fame. At this point, it's hard not to compare him to his father's early years. He has been open about his own legal troubles. Before he turned his life around and became a respected industry figure, the apple clearly didn't fall far from the tree when it comes to King and his father. Before T.I. became the king of the South and a hip-hop legend, he dealt with his own legal battles, from drug charges to federal weapons charges. Those run-ins with the law were almost part of his rise to fame and the image he built in the industry. King seems to be following a similar path, though it feels less like a cautionary tale and more like a rite of passage in the Harris family. Both father and son have shown they're not afraid to own their mistakes. T.I. with his public reckonings, and King with his unapologetic attitude toward controversy. Remember when King boldly clapped back at critics online about his lifestyle? That kind of confidence is definitely a T.I. trait. Whether it's about his personal choices or the way he deals with drama, King isn't one to back down. And that's something he shares with his father. It's clear that despite the chaos surrounding him, King is determined to carve out his own identity, even if it comes with its fair share of struggles. But here's the twist. T.I. used his legal struggles as motivation to reinvent himself. After his troubles, he released some of his most introspective albums, like Paper Trail, which marked a turning point in his career. Fans are wondering if King might take a similar path, using his experiences as fuel for music or another creative outlet. While King isn't as deep into music as his father, he's got the charisma and drive to turn things around, if he decides to. And let's not forget the similarities in how they've both handled fame. T.I.'s reality show, The Family Hustle, gave fans an inside look at his life as a father and family man. It's also where we first saw King as the cheeky but lovable kid who wasn't afraid to speak his mind. Fast forward to today, and it's clear King inherited that same fearlessness, sometimes to his own detriment. Another thing they share, the family-first mentality. Despite King's legal issues, T.I. and Tiny have stood by him. Remember how T.I. has always emphasized loyalty and keeping things within the family? It's no surprise that the Harris family has stayed tight-lipped about King's latest arrest. They're keeping things private, but you can bet they're supporting him like they always do. The big question remains, will King follow his dad's example and use his rough moments as stepping stones, or will he create a different legacy for himself? One thing is certain, Being T.I.'s son comes with high expectations, but it also means having a blueprint for bouncing back stronger. And let's be honest, the whole DNA test situation and the possibility that he might not be the father after all is a tough pill to swallow. It's a hard truth to face and even harder to move past. The family hasn't confirmed or denied any of this yet, so take it with a grain of salt. But what do you all think? Do you believe King found out he's not the dad? And if you do, how would you feel if you were in his position? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.